so that, we have this recorded
Are
and we
we?
can
Yeah.
go back and actually put it on different platforms. So guys,
Yeah.
everyone here, if you don't know, yeah, I think Zoom will not be possible, Amit. So I don't think that is possible right now. I have people joining in. So please share it with people on your groups as well. And if you have somebody in your friends and your colleagues or neighbors or anyone in your circle or your network who have chosen to challenge any belief system, anything which is more like a condition that we've been grown up, raised with, or you think they've chosen to challenge something which you could not ever, please recommend their names to me. I would love to have them on my talk show. It's not about Women's Day, guy. We've already, I think, kind of reached gender equality more or less. So I really would love to have more people on my show for this particular theme. Now, before I take a lot of time, let me quickly introduce Aparna. Aparna is from Canada, basically an Indian, but she is also a mother of two. I know you'll not even believe that she is. She does multitasking like anybody's business. I don't think I could have done that ever if I had two kids for sure. And she's somebody who is an entrepreneur and successful entrepreneur. We keep talking about the six-figure income. She's done it easily, been there, done it. And I think she is one person who chose to challenge everything that came across, and she kept moving ahead gracefully and with ease. And with ease is something that I want to know, Aparna. What is the secret of how did you do it so easily? So we're going to talk more about how did you actually manage to do all this easily. But before that, let's know more about you. So you are somebody who's run coding classes for kids. You're an entrepreneur, mom of two kids, and I know in Canada you don't have too much of a help. I know for sure that we in India have been cribbing about housework, household chores, but that's not the same. You already are used to doing household chores. So how was it for you to set up all this? And let's quickly know more about you. I think the audience would want to know who you are, and how did you manage to do all this?
So, hello everyone, and thanks Sandhya for this beautiful introduction. I mean, I was like, wow, she's talking about me. But yeah, so yeah, I am. So, to start with, I'll just introduce myself. You already said a bit of it, actually, a lot of it. I am a mom of two kids. My younger one is 4, my elder one is 7.
Uh-huh.
Other than that, I am a wife to a beautiful husband. He's an amazing person, a supportive, a loving husband. I'm an engineer. I worked in the software industry for about 8 years, and then we moved to Canada. And as you said, that and then a lot of new things started.
Yeah.
About ease, we will come to it later. So yeah, but and then I once I came here, I thought, I because I wanted to spend more time with kids, so I thought I won't be working. I chose to
Mhm.
be a stay-at-home mom,
Yeah.
and then to fill that void that was created because I was staying at home and doing the everyday stuff which I wasn't used to. I started the entrepreneurial journey. It was a long time, but now, yeah, now it is, as you said, I am a six-figure online entrepreneur. I have a couple of private label brands,
Hmm.
e-commerce, and other than that, I do have a coding school for kids, which is called Coding for Kids Online, and I am a coach now. So I am, yeah, we will talk about it in more detail maybe later. But I am, yeah, a coach, a business coach for women who want to have it all.
Great. Aparna, I think I missed the last portion of what you said. So you did say that you've moved in and you've decided to become a coach. And so we'll talk
Mhm.
about the coaching journey. So a big
Yeah.
thumbs up for that and big high five, because yes, I'm a coach as well. And I know the journey is very interesting from the experiences
Oh,
that
yeah.
you gained.
Excited.
So we'll come to that as well, because I do have a lot of coaches on this platform. My particular, Facebook group, which is 3I Inspire, Impact, and Influence. And and I do have a lot of people who have certified as coaches as well. They would love to know what the journey looks like, right? From the journey from far definitely looks very scary, and it also seems that you're just actually suddenly being put high on the pedestal, and there's so many expectations from you as a coach. But I guess it's not that difficult, right? So we'll talk about that. So interestingly, you did say that you had two kids, and then somewhere you did go through an identity crisis. How was that? Slightly, if you can explain to women out there, who have to choose to challenge, because that's something that I don't think we're prepared for. And everyone, even after parenting and all those sessions that you have, but when it actually happens with you, you need to actually challenge a lot of things, right? So what was it for you like?
Yeah.
How was it identity crisis? I know it was for a very short duration, but how was it?
Yeah, it wasn't, I would say like because I'm a very positive person, I don't see
Correct.
things like that. But yeah, in general, yes, it was a tough time. I did choose, like, it was totally my decision to stay with my kids at home.
Mhm.
My husband, as I said, he's very supportive.
Yeah.
And we were blessed to have an amazing job and an amazing salary and all of that. So I didn't have to work ever, right?
Yeah.
And I had a little bit of a, you know, journey of miscarriages and all before having my first
Uh,
child.
yeah.
So I did make it a point that I want to stay with him, irrespective of the past.
Hmm.
Because one thing I tell my friends also and everybody is that kids are young for a while only. Like, they're only young once.
Yeah.
So they need that time. And yeah, so with all due respect for every mom, the way they are doing, and they are doing the best way, I'm
Yeah.
sure, but this was my way, right? And at the same, and when I started for it, I didn't know what I'm going in for.
Yeah.
However, very soon I realized that I need more,
Hmm.
and then I started food blogging, the first thing that I started to, yeah, as a food for thought, just to
Uh-huh.
enjoy myself, do something
Yeah.
else other than, just the kids and everything.
Yeah.
And later, yeah, after a while, and when I got into this online world, that's how I got in. I made my own website for the first time.
Uh-huh.
And yes, as I was talking earlier to you, that we are blessed to live in this time where technology is so helpful. You need it, you go out, just Google it, you YouTube
Correct.
it, and you find all the answers. Like, I had no idea how to build a website, and back then they didn't have Wix and all, but
Correct.
I still was able to create the whole thing. And when I
Uh-huh.
started food blogging, that's when I realized that people actually monetize it, do it as a business,
Yeah.
and are actually making a living out of it, and a handsome one.
Yeah.
And that's when, but then again, food blogging was something that was taking a lot of time for me and all of that. And I thought, okay, maybe, but I had an idea, I had that taste of freedom that it could come.
Correct.
And yes, so yeah, but this was the part, where I was like, I need more, I need more. And then I was expecting my second daughter, my daughter mother, my second child. And
Yeah.
that's when it started. I was like going crazy. I want to do something. I want to do
Yeah.
something. And I knew I can't get out of the home and do,
Correct.
the regular 9 to 5. I didn't even want to get back to it because I already had seen a little bit of it. So yeah, but that's that. If we talk about the identity crisis, in my terms, it was a tough time because I wanted to do it all. But
Yeah.
yeah, this was the part, and then I really started looking for it. Do you want me to get to that already? The how I started looking for this business idea and all of that, or
Yes, I will actually come to that. And in fact, I wanted to share that some people are actually liking what you're talking about. In fact, one of the person, Amit, one of my very, very close friends, has also written that you're so right. Kids only are young ones. And I so resonate with that thought process. And, the reason I'm saying that, because for me, I had also chosen to challenge. I've chosen to challenge many things, and my journey. But chosen to challenge even then, starting a business at that time, and I chose at the timing of 9 to 1:30, come what may. I am only going to do business at that time, and that's a challenge I took at the time when typically there was no support for a startup entrepreneur or even mompreneurs. Right, today there are so many coaches available, there are so many free coaching that is available. I didn't have it then when I started in 2012. But yes, I do understand that identity crisis for me took 5 years to actually come out of that identity crisis and get myself there. But yes, I totally resonate that kids are only young once, and we need to give that time for them at that particular time. Now, you also said that I realized at that point that I can't have it all. But there is a point where you've reached now where you say we can have it all. It's just about prioritizing. So, would you want to quickly share about, how that not have it all from have it all, we can have it all? How is that journey for you?
So yeah, what I was saying earlier also that, when I was expecting my daughter is the time when I started. By this time, I already knew that you can do something online and you can actually, make a living out of it or
Correct.
whatever. I didn't have to make a living because, as I said, it was pretty good
Yeah.
already. But you can make something of your own, which was the calling, the nudge that was there. So I started looking and I wanted, so there were some criteria, as you said, that you were clear that you want 9 to 1. Similarly, I had some criteria and I'm a very big follower of the secret, the energetics, the law of attraction. I
Law of
really
attraction.
believe in it. Yes, and I know it works. Like, believe in it is not the right term. It's quantum physics. So it exists. It's a law. But then I practice it. So at that time, the scenario was that I'm expecting my daughter. I
Mhm.
have a 3-year-old son. My husband, along with his full-time engineering job, he's doing an MBA, an executive MBA. Okay, so he is full-time busy. I have to take care of my son, the household
Yeah.
chores. I'm pregnant, and I want to do a this business thingy is coming to my mind. I want to make something happen. I want to make something happen.
Yeah.
So, would you believe when I started it? So, as I said, so I don't believe in that you can't have it all. I always thought it can happen. It will happen my way. So there has to be a way. So first of all, know what you want, right? So I
Yeah.
decided my criteria. What do I want? I can't get out of the house. I don't want to get out of the house. I want it to be, the timings to be less and not more than 4 hours a day. But at the
Hmm.
same time, it has to be my decision of the time. Like, it doesn't have to be fixed timings. I don't have to be present for somebody else.
Yeah.
Then I don't want to invest more because in this, state of mind and all of that, I don't want to take a big risk, but I do want to invest, but a little bit. And
Yeah.
the last one was that okay, I forgot the last one. But
That's okay.
what I was saying is that, yeah, so this was the criteria. I decided on the criteria. Yeah, and it should become passive after a while. That is what the last one was.
Correct. Yeah.
That it should not need my time all of the time. This was what I wanted to do. Now, was it a business? What is a product? What is it? I don't know. But I kept thinking of this criteria while I was doing everything, and because we have technology, I just kept searching and sending that thought and had that mindset of it is coming, that idea is coming,
Hmm.
right? So as I say, a little we will talk about the mindset and momentum. The thing is that you have the right mindset, you have that energy that okay, it's coming to you, that idea. But
Yeah.
once you get that idea, you wait no more,
Hmm.
you start acting on it. And that's how my e-commerce business started.
Wow.
I started with it, and yeah, and that's about it. So basically, yeah, that's how I started it. And then it took me a while.
Yeah.
The roads were, there were bumps, obviously, right? It wasn't a smooth road. Or it, yeah, that would be fictional to expect, all smooth, but it wasn't that
Correct.
tough is either.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
now you already said that where I am. I have 3 product lines
Wow.
online. I sell in US and Canada, and they're doing pretty well. And it is passive now for me. So if I don't have to launch, new products in it, I am, spending nearly an hour a week on that particular business, and then I'm working on the rest of it. So, like I said, I have the coding school, and then yeah, and then the coaching business.
That's brilliant. And I think that's next level of multitasking, though I know multitasking is a myth, and we can only have that kind of focus and productivity if we focus at one thing at a time. And I think you're doing that already. So I know for sure, Aparna, that you actually you are the right person to give some productivity tips to women out there. Of course, men, you can also take up those tips. But I'm just because it's Women's Day theme, and Women's Day is around the corner, so let's just get some kind of attention. But yeah, so any productivity tips that you want to share with women out there who want to venture out into different things? And I guess we all know it, right? Financial freedom means different sources of income, and most of us want the sources of income also to become passive. That's mostly the goal, right? Especially for women, because we want to sit down and relax someday of the day and spend some time with the kids. So we want it to be automated, and I think you've mastered it so well. In fact, that will be a tip for me as well. So one tip or two tips that you can talk about how to make it passive for people out there. And the second is, how do you manage all these three product lines with your coaching and coding classes?
So, okay, let's do one by one. So, if it is an advice for women, is like the way we were talking earlier, also, right? That um, take it easy. There is no pressure of being perfect at every place. Because
I
for
love
us,
it.
especially when we are born and brought up in India, we are, like किचन साफ होनी ही चाहिए, बर्तन साफ होने ही चाहिए, on time होने चाहिए, रात को सोने से पहले I have to clean my kitchen. It has to be all spick and span. I can't sleep, and we take pride in it. I can't sleep if my kitchen is not clean. I'm so particular about it. Awesome, this is awesome, you're doing it and you're enjoying it, it's perfect, but do it
Yeah.
for yourself. If you can take it easy, and one day if it's not clean, it's okay, you can do it tomorrow in the morning, right? So prioritize is one thing that I would want to say. So for example, in my day, how I do it is, but again, I totally understand everybody's scenarios are different, everybody's living in different spaces, but how I do it, I'll just talk about that, is that okay, kitchen has to be clean. I also think that house has to be clean and all of that. हमारे यहाँ बचपन से बोला जाता है कि Lakshmi aati hai when you have that all clean and everything.
Yeah.
So yes, that is true. I totally believe in it, and but I'll do it in my way. Okay, so 9 to 12, my kids are outside. That's when I'm sitting in front of my computer. After 12, we have our lunch, and that's when I start the cleanup. That's when, by then, I just in the morning, 8 to 9 or 7 to 9, when my kids are getting ready for school, I make breakfast with them, I send them to school and everything. And after that, my kitchen for 3 hours, it's all everything on the counter. But I don't care. I come back upstairs, I have calls, I have meetings, I have whatever, I have to do for my work. After
Yeah.
3 hours, I get back there. And by the time my mind is not in my kitchen
Yeah.
or that way. So similarly, the second thing is ask for help. Take help to like, you guys are blessed, I was there, now I have it less, but then you have your friends, your family, your husband, right? Take it as a help and don't feel sorry for it, like he has to do my job. Who said it's your job? Where is it written? Okay, if he's offering it, I mean, I'm saying it because I was there once. And my husband used to help me in the kitchen or in cleaning or anything else, or even taking too much, like bathing the kids. I used to think that, oh my God, he has to do so much. Poor me, poor him. But now I think, and it was the same identity crisis time as you mentioned it.
Yeah.
So that's also, the way you are thinking in your mind is the way you are, seeing everything around. So yeah, so the way you are is the way you see the world, is how one of my coaches said once.
So true.
So yeah, but that is one about the productivity. So prioritize, everything will be done, but make it your own, improvise. And about so e-commerce is something that now technology is amazing, right? There is so much we have. So you have to think of the idea. The only thing that takes time. So it took me good 3.5 years to bring it to the passive time now and to make this much money. But I had, so I mean, this is what I talk about in my coaching also. But the basic thing is that it is a business, okay? So it will take that mindset. Don't think of it as a side hustle, okay? Thoda bahut hum kar lenge, okay, we are spending only 2 hours, maybe, if that is what you have right now. But the mindset in those 2 hours is that this is a business that you are building. Have a bigger vision for it. Okay, and just chase that. That is what I did. At least I am, yeah, again, this is what I had. Like, even when it was not working the way I wanted it to, because I had tried a lot of products and a lot of stuff, like at least good 15 products I had tried, out of which now I have 4 or 6 that is working. So yes,
Yeah.
I had to invest in it, the time, the money, the effort. And there was time when I was actually getting it up 2 at the night, because my because I live in a different time zone from my suppliers, or when my kids have to go to school, so I was getting up at 5 in the morning. I still do that sometimes when I have to, but yeah, but that's basically about it. And slowly and straight, it's an online shop, right? So it will ultimately become passive, because once you have it's just like any online business. Once you have the people coming to it, the traffic coming to it, so to say, it becomes passive. Yeah.
Wow, there is so much that I have to learn from you, Aparna, and
Oh.
commendable, I should say. In fact, one of my audiences said, if the kitchen is clean, mosquitoes don't wander. Yeah.
As
No, so
I said, it is totally, your way. The point is not the kitchen. The point is that, okay, if you're going for one, so for example, I have a friend, she's an amazing person. She loves to do the cleanup, but she's also worried about not having time,
yeah.
So be at one place. That's what I want to say, right?
Correct, correct. So Shruti is also one of the coaches on, she's one of the audiences here. So she's mentioned, I really need this, Aparna. I keep looking for perfection everywhere. Aarti also agrees with that. And I think we've been guilty of that. One important thing that, you said, in fact, I discussed this yesterday also in the talk show. When we seek help or when we seek support, I have been there today. I've reached a space where I would say unapologetically ask for support. It took me some time because I thought everything is supposed to be sorted out. I am in control of everything. And that led to a lot of disasters. I'm saying disasters because, yes, it definitely led to a lot of mental disasters. And when we ask support, we are also requesting the other person to do it, as if, that person we need that validation from the other person to give us that kind of support, and that mostly comes from our partners and even family. Can you do this for me? Can you one day take care of my daughter, please? We don't have that authority of saying that it's okay, you are also part of the family and you can equally support the children, and so you can equally support everybody else. So that's very important, that we suddenly our body language and the way we talk becomes submissive, and that's a subconscious that we've grown up with, right? We've been raised like that उनसे काम मत करवाओ, वो किचन में घुसते नहीं हैं, they are already working so long, उनसे extra मत कराओ, and they're actually willing to help. Now you see all the men around,
Exactly.
they're willing to help and ready to do it. So yes, that's important, and I love the fact that you also mentioned about prioritizing. Here, the priority, guys, that she's talking about is not how you do the to-do list, but if you do have a to-do list, what is priority for you, which is urgent for you, which is important for you, and if you picked up something which is important for you, please don't feel guilty about it. Complete it and then move on to the next. It gives you a lot of satisfaction. I always call this as an open-ended loop. So the more we close loops in the tasks that we have, I think it becomes more easier. The more we leave it open, नहीं तो बहुत सारे लोग ऐसे करते हैं कि एक स्टार्ट किया, दूसरा स्टार्ट किया, सब आधा आधा पड़ा है, and eventually then you end up the day feeling so dissatisfied because you've not closed the loops, right? So I think brilliant productivity tips, Aparna. Thank you so much for sharing that with the audience here. So let me actually ask you also about this theme. What do you think of this theme, chosen to challenge, and how do you relate this to your life?
This
Or
is
is
an
there a
amazing
story
theme.
how you chosen to challenge, or how do you feel about this theme?
Oh, it's resonates definitely. I mean, and I think I nowadays when I look at not only at myself, like I didn't even, even you are going through that, you don't realize that you're doing so much, or like I'm not here to prove it to
Correct.
anybody, right? So then that ways you don't
Yeah.
think of it yourself like that. But at the same time, when I look at the women around me, and I just go in awe of people, like wow,
Yeah.
like I'm right now 37, right? But I look at the women, late girls, I would say, 20 years
Yeah.
old, 25 years old. They are CEOs. I mean, they're doing amazing stuff. And I just feel so much in awe of all the women, my fellow. you know, they're not even my fellow, they're younger ones and the elder ones and my
Yeah.
fellows. This is amazing. So we are all choosing to challenge nowadays. This is the best, period of our time that I have seen. Women are doing amazing, amazing. How I relate to it now, I mean, thanks to you, Sandhya, when you asked that question is when I actually looked back. As I said, when you're going through it, you don't see. And
Yeah.
now I see that, yeah, it was like one of the biggest, like if I have to summarize it in one line, it would be that you can't have it all is the mindset that everybody had. And I said, it's not for me. No,
Yeah.
I have, and thanks to, okay, one thing I wanted to add to earlier one also, that when you are receiving help, I am not saying that we should not be thankful to the people who are
Yes.
not doing it. I am very, very thankful to my husband, to my family, to my in-laws, to my parents, to everybody, my relatives who have supported me the way they have. And it's not because I'm on camera, I'm saying it, I feel it every day. And also, this is one of the big parts. Okay. So,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, that is done. The last part was it. Okay, coming back to here, how I chose to challenge is that you can't have it all is one thing. So either you can be a good mom, or you can have a settled house or a happy family or an amazing career, and it has to be, you have to spend this much time. All of this, I said yes, but not for me. With in my own humble way, that okay, I
Yeah.
choose to choose differently, and that's it.
Hmm.
And that in that, it's a challenge in itself to the whole
Yeah,
thing. But yeah,
absolutely. Absolutely. And what I hear from the way you said is there is no guilt involved. Most of the time when we choose to challenge, there is a lot of guilt involved, and we want a validation from a lot of people to tell us that, you know what, am I doing the right thing? Am I doing the right thing? And I've realized over a period of time, the more we ask, more negative answers you get, more critical answers you get, and you can never choose to challenge like that. I'm not saying that's the only way, because I and Aparna have chosen to challenge. I'm sure most of you are making your own challenges and choosing to challenge your life. But one thing I definitely want to say, people, that if you are taking a leap of faith, be it any challenge that you're picking up, please have support. One is support for yourself, maybe in a spiritual way, where Aparna spoke about law of attraction, secret, gratitude. Have all that in place, because you will need that space for yourself to have that kind of vibration, that kind of energy for yourself. So don't compromise on anything which is your mental health or emotional health. And at the same time, the second support that you would need is financial support at times, because you're setting up a business, you may need that support. It's okay to take that support from someone at the beginning of your business, and it's absolutely fine to do that. But at the same time, do also see that you have support from your family and friends. I'm not saying look for the validation, but if there are people who are supporting, that's called the positive tribe, right? So if you do have your positive tribe, it's good to have them around and always have them as a support system. So today, when people ask me on talk shows that, I look up to you as an inspiration, Sandhya, and I say that don't take that leap of faith that I did. My chosen to challenge, or my path of choosing to challenge, is different from yours, right? And different from what Aparna is going through. So each its own. I think you should choose your own path, but when you choose to challenge something in life, have all these three support systems. Aparna, let me know if you agree with, or if you
oh
agree
yeah,
with this, or you think
definitely,
there's something else that we can
definitely.
add on this.
No, no, I totally agree to what you said, that yes. Uh, yeah, and it's not, again, you're not going to prove it to anybody, because when you're going to prove it to anybody, that the energy itself says that I don't believe in myself. So
Yeah.
somebody else has to validate that you are good enough. Okay, so for example, so which is what, the whole thing is, that if you are clear, so the way you are is the way you see the world, is
Yeah.
what I said earlier
Absolutely.
also, is so if you are clear about what you are and what you want, and you're ready to go it take it at. And also one more thing is that everybody has their own journey, right? I took 3.5 years, 4 years, like starting from the concept where I was to where I am right now. Somebody took 2 years, and
Yeah.
somebody might take 6 years. And everybody has their own journey, their own things, their own priorities. So right now, as a mother, my priority was kids and my family. I am a very family oriented person, very loving person, and sometimes I feel that I'm too loving, but that's how I am. So yeah, and yeah, so that's what I want to add to it. That yeah, take it at your own pace.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you so much. So I come to the last question, and if the audience has any questions for Aparna, I would
Yes.
love to have you share your, e-commerce link, if that is, or is there any way people can reach to you as a coach as well? So while I'm mentioning coach, I really want to know how coaching, and why did you think of coaching? I do love coaches because I'm a coach myself. It's a beautiful journey. It's a very satisfying journey as a coach. So how did you think of coaching, and how can people reach out to you? What is your target audience? We'd love to listen to that. We'd love to have more people join you for coaching design. I'm sure there is so much to learn about financial freedom from you. So what is your coaching journey, and can you share that? And that's the last question.
Sure. No, I am actually having fun, so I don't mind it. But then, yeah. So the coaching, why coaching? Because when you love something so much, you want to share it. It's just like you make in India when you make a good recipe, you want your friends to try it. See, I made this thing new. So I love the journey that I have made, that independence that I have come to. I want to share it with the world, especially with the women, because
Yeah,
that's where I can relate the most.
yeah,
So yeah, so this is a short answer. I am a very to the point person in general, so my
correct.
answers are normally short. But yeah, so when you love something so much, you want to share it, and that's the reason why I want to get into coaching. And now I can actually because now with so many things, there are so many ups and downs, and there are women who are looking to make it big in their own way, right? And I am here to help them. I want them to get those answers or learn from the mistakes that I made in the last 4.5, 5 years of this entrepreneurial journey.
Yeah,
And and so I call myself mindset and momentum coach. So mindset and momentum, I think, are the two pieces of the puzzle. So if you miss
wow.
one,
Hmm.
you can't make it right. At least that's what I think. Because you can keep doing stuff, doing, but as one example from secret is that you're running fast to reach office,
Yeah,
but you're thinking, I don't want to get late, I don't want to get late, I don't want to get late. Guess what? No matter how fast you run, there would be an obstacle and you will be late. Why? Because you're focusing, your mindset is saying, I don't want to get late. You are focusing
yeah,
on being late.
correct.
Yeah. However, when you are still running and thinking, I want to be on time, or I want to reach early, or I want to make it on time for that meeting, what are you reflecting? You are reflecting you want to be on time, and that's
Yeah,
what you get. So
wow,
again, in one line, it would be you get what you expect.
wow.
So
That's such a powerful
expect
mantra,
success.
Aparna. My God, that's so
Thank
powerful.
you,
Thank
thank
you
you, and
so
that's
much for
my
sharing.
way of thinking. Oh yeah, thank you. That's worked for me forever. Like yeah, whenever it wasn't, even when it's not working, it's even tougher when it's not working, right? That's when
Yeah,
you tend to think all of the negative things. It won't work, yeah. And it's not like I'm human. I also think that way. I also
yeah,
have my crying periods. I also have all of that. But
correct.
if you have that bigger picture in mind, and if that is what is calling you, for me, it was freedom.
Hmm.
And, that empowerment for me,
Hmm.
like when I say it, I feel it inside. That's why I'm moving also. But yeah, that empowerment for me, and yeah, that's what I want to share with everybody. So that always kept calling me, and it's still there. Like I'm not there yet, obviously. I want to go,
Yeah,
I have big dreams and I want to work on it. And
yeah.
my page is also called Live Your Dreams. And
Wow.
I want to call myself mindset and momentum coach. So you need both. You need action, but you also need the right mindset, and the right combination does wonders.
Perfect. So Live Your Dreams, is it the website? So liveyourdreams.com, is that a website?
It's not a website, it's a Facebook page. I
Okay.
will share the link with you, Sandhya, so that when you actually share with, you can share that as well. But
Yeah.
right now, if people need to contact me, they can contact me through my Facebook page as well. My
Yeah.
target audience, the people you are talking about, is moms who want to, who can relate to the story, who want help. And I can definitely help in this scenario.
Yeah.
So young moms or to be moms
Yeah.
is what I think will resonate it with the most. Yeah.
Perfect, perfect. So what I've done is I've posted your Facebook page on the chat. If people want to join there, and I've pinned it so that they can see your direct page and they can have an interaction with you. Mindset and momentum. Wow, it's beautiful. I have always seen mindset coaches, but I think the momentum is something which is important, and we kind of miss that. So with this last question, we almost reached the end of it. The surprise element for you, Aparna, is that there is always a rapid fire question. That's not a current job format, but something which I wanted to have sip and conversations. But we doing Canada time, so you having water, I'm having water. But let's have some rapid fire questions. And so what you have to do is I'll ask you questions, and you have to tell me the name of the person. Whoever comes to your mind when I say that word. So I'll say a word, and you have to tell me
Okay.
the person who comes to your mind. So this is sip and
Okay.
conversation. So do you like tea and coffee? Tea or coffee?
I like both here.
Both. Okay.
Oh,
So
I have to choose one?
yeah, no, that's fine. So coffee. Who
Okay.
comes to your mind when I say the word coffee?
My husband.
Ah, okay. Coffee lover.
I don't know, he's not, but we used to like those coffee candies all the time. So yeah.
Okay. Tea.
Coffee toast, the old
Ah.
one.
Oh my God. Yes.
Yeah. So,
Yes.
yeah.
So tea. Tea.
Mom, my mom. She's a tea lover.
Perfect. Okay. So what comes to your? So who comes to your mind when I say the color red?
I just thought of Priyanka Chopra for some reason. I don't know. I don't even remember her in red, but yeah, that she came to my mind. Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember one of her very strong videos. I think that was Penguin House, and I keep playing that often. But I think she's not wearing red in that. Why did I also think of the same video? But there's
I
something.
think her wedding dress was red. One of her wedding dresses were red. Now I remember. Yeah.
See how much of a Bollywood buff we are.
See?
See? Good. So okay, what do you think of conversation? Like, who do you think of when I say the word conversations?
Oh. Again, my husband came to my mind because we have the most longest and most meaningful and fun conversations. So yeah.
Okay. So who
His
other than,
name is Anand.
sorry?
His name is Anand, by the way. My husband,
Oh,
he's
hi,
Anand.
Anand. So you also a conversationalist. So we should get you on the talk show because this talk show is about sipping conversations, and I would love to have a conversation with you as well. So yeah, great. So and the last question is: so other than me and you, who comes to your mind when I say chosen to challenge? Any women, men, man, colleagues, friends?
So if it would also answer the question that who inspired me a lot, and also the women that comes to my mind, it's a woman. I mean, a lot of women. Being a woman, I'm pro woman. I'm
Yeah,
biased, but
yeah.
Rujita Divekar is one who comes to my mind. I see her doing awesome work, and I'm not today. I'm a big fan of hers. Like,
Hmm.
I'm not a Facebook person, so I don't go a lot on her pages and all of that, but I have read a lot of books from her. And when I see her talking, I see, she's empowering. Even when she's a nutritionist, she actually makes women think differently about themselves, and that's what I love about her. So yeah,
Yeah.
Rujita.
Yeah, I think that's a natural, authentic self that comes out when you speak to her. She really doesn't talk so much about superfoods, and she doesn't talk about. She talks so much local and desi that you can immediately connect to the nuskhas that mostly she
And
comes
this is
up
a
with.
challenge in itself, right?
Correct, correct. So now has at the time and the trend has changed. Now when I go to a vegetable shop, this guy asks me, "Do you want red pepper, bell pepper, yellow pepper, zucchini?" And these are the people now asking us instead of asking tomato, karela, bhindi. They actually ask us all the superfoods, and I have to tell them that no.
Broccoli, dragon fruit.
Yeah, yeah, everything you name it. He doesn't talk about the apple and the bananas. He's talking about all the unique superfoods that is available. So that's how the whole trend has become. But interestingly, she talks about such lovely food and very desi, very local, and that kind of resonates. Brilliant. Thank you so much, Aparna. It was lovely having a conversation with you. I wish it was coffee time. We could have done cheers with coffee cups. But
Oh
for
yeah.
people out
We can do a
there,
high five.
yes. And to people out there, Aparna has actually gotten up very early. So I think only 9 o'clock in the morning for her. We started at 8:30 in the morning, her time. But Aparna, please do share your page, live your dreams. There are people out there who would love to take coaching sessions from you. And we'd love to have you once again, but that's for the finale. But right now, thank you so much once again. And thank you, each one of you who've been commenting: Amit, Aarti, my sister, my mom, Aparna's sisters also liked a couple of things, pages here. And who else is there? Let me not miss. I think there were a few people. So I just want to go back and Shruti, yes. Great. Aarti is there. Shruti is there. Okay, great. Thank you so much, each one of you. And if, like I said, you have anybody in your family, friends, or colleagues you think have chosen to challenge, you want them to be on my talk show, I would love to host them. I would love to have this conversation. Let's spread the word of choosing to challenge is unique. And it's not about being an inspiration. It is about a path you choose, and it's also about a path you've chosen to empower yourself and others. As coaches, I think Aparna and I have chosen to empower ourselves first, and then use all the tried and tested remedies on other people. Just kidding, but coaching is a satisfying business, and it's really gives us a lot of content. Like Aparna said, जो प्यार से बनाया है उसको शेयर करने में मजा आता है. And I think we have nurtured our life. We've kind of chosen this life that we are right now. We are living right now, and I'd love to share it with people. So, my page here on Facebook is communication, three eyes of communication. Anybody who wants to know more about coaching can join this group. I have a WhatsApp group as well. But if you want to connect with Aparna, because this is her show, do connect with her on personal chat and also Live Your Dreams, which is her page. So thank you, Aparna. Any last line that you have to say, anything that you want to say to the audience, and we'll close?
I just want to thank you so much. This was an amazing opportunity. It actually gave me an opportunity to reflect on a lot of things that you normally don't think on.
Yeah.
So thanks, Sandhya. This was amazing chatting with you, and it was awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Good night, everybody, and good morning, Canada.
Thank you. Good morning, Canada. Good night, India. Bye bye.